we only need to turn this population into an asset for the country by giving them skills.
Trainees applauded the government program, noting it has created job opportunities.
This program, I went to the district. I was given the opportunity to come. I attended the course. I did bakery and confectionery, as you can see. I came well knowing nothing, but with hope. My life was shrouded in uncertainty, but when I joined here, I learned a lot of things. I learned to do baking cookies, as you can see.
The most important thing I got in my life is to come here, because I never expected that I was going to get any course in this world. But for now, I'm so proud of NRM government.
Report compiled by Aguta Philip for UBC News.
The National Fellowship of the Born Again Pentecostal Churches in Uganda has consecrated Onesmus Byengoma Ngoboka as the Bishop of the Kigezi region. The Prime Minister of Uganda, Robina Nabbanja, represented President Yoweri Museveni at a colorful ceremony held at Rukunjiri Main Stadium. Bishop Onesmus will oversee the region comprising the districts of Kanungu, Rukunjiri, Ruchiga, Kabare, Rubanda and Kisoro.
The Prime Minister of Uganda, Robina Nabbanja, arrived in Rukungiri district to represent the President at the consecration of Onesmus Ngoboka as Bishop of Kigezi region for the Born Again Pentecostal churches in Uganda.
We want to welcome you so much.
The Prime Minister was welcomed by the Minister for Security, Major General Jim Muhwezi, together with other area members of Parliament, Born Again Pentecostal church leaders from the districts of Kanungu, Rukunjiri, Ruchiga, Kabare, Rubanda, and Kisoro.
Yes. The school is commissioned on behalf of the President.
The consecration ceremony was preceded by commissioning the Graceland Academy Primary School and a multipurpose library for the Skilling Center, all built by Bishop Onesmus Ngoboka.
A disciplined person does not fail. 2, hard work. A hard-working person cannot fail. Are we together? Yes.
Hundreds of born-again Pentecostals gathered at Rukunjiri Main Stadium to witness the historical consecration of their son Onesmus Ngoboka.
Hereby promise to respect, maintain, defend the Constitution rights.
Ngoboka, a journalist by profession, resolved to serve the Lord through proclaiming the gospel, and his works have today paid off when the national
The illegal charcoal trade rages on in northern Uganda nearly a year after President Museveni's Executive Order No. 3 banned large-scale production to curb deforestation. But the directive appears to have stalled. Reports indicate some corrupt officials and security personnel are aiding the trade instead of enforcing the ban. Take a look.
President Yoweri Museveni issued Executive Order No. 3 on 19th of May 2023 to stop forest destruction. But almost a year, charcoal trucks still pass through checkpoints unchecked.
Even if we ask the district executive committee, we tighten, you will still see trucks passing with charcoals. Then you ask yourself, what is happening?
There was stumbling just immediately after the roadblock in Nagua, near the bridge, I met the Bukumi, which had just passed UPDF roadblock.
at a regional security meeting convened by the Minister of Northern Uganda. Troubling claims surfaced. Some security officers and local leaders allegedly cashing in on the very trade that were meant to stop.
UPDF officers to do charcoal business. It has removed it from the hands of the police to the hands of the UPDF. So in all these roadblocks, the charcoals of the army commanders pass every single day.
And when you try to come up with your story of executive order number 3, they will ask, who are you? Are you bigger than URA? Are you bigger than Camel so-and-so?
This has sparked renewed calls for tighter oversight and investigations into the enforcement of the executive order.
The hunters should be hunted because the blame should leave the actual people, the initial people on the ground cutting charcoals and burning. The security operatives and us analysts and some of us should be investigated.
State Minister for Northern Uganda, Dr. Kenneth Omona, acknowledged gaps in implementation and promised tougher action.
The intimidation that they receive from what they call above, as far as the implementation of the Executive Order number 3 is concerned, I have given them assurance of protection from government because their job is to implement the executive instructions of the president.
Some traders are now using motorcycles to bypass checkpoints entirely.
They are using now tukutuku, border borders, transporting 2 to 3, and they have actually loading points where they take this charcoal, load them and take them to Kampala.
In some cases, charcoal trucks bear Uganda Revenue Authority seals, making interception even harder.
So now that's the best business now. Put a seal, even a police officer, a regional police officer will not open that seal because it is regulated by another law. So those seals are fake. Those charcoals are from within the country, but they use the URA seals. Actually, if you want the seals, I can even bring you 50 today.
A number of officials blame weak enforcement on limited manpower.
We have been carrying out operations. But the only challenge we have, our staff are understaffed. Our staff are few, especially environmental protection unit.
As I speak now, I'm sure if the RPC will tell you there's a very big number of officers who are being trained now. I think there's going to be more recruitment. Yes, so government is already doing this. Nonetheless, they are already officers in at that level. The number is small, but they're beating them up. They are going to be the process ongoing.
Oko Joseph, UBC.
Thank you so much, Oko Joseph, for that story. Police in Nagalama have launched investigations into the death of Nicholas Chiwewa, who was reportedly killed by a mob in a land-related conflict at Namere Bulijo village, Champisi sub-county in Mukono district. Another individual sustained serious injuries during the incident, which occurred on a farm owned by the late Mayanja and managed by his widow, Sophie Mayanja.
Police in Kampala have confirmed that one Nicholas Chiwewa and another man had gone to clear a portion of a disputed land when they were attacked, with one being killed and the other sustaining injuries.
It is alleged that on the 13th of May 2025 at one of the farm of one Mayanja at Bulijo village in Champisi, a group of youths, while armed with pangas and sticks, gathered at the farmland, suspectedly hired to clear a portion.
Witnesses claim that private guards hired by Sophie Mayanja fired at the mob before the two men were chased by the guards and Hassan Derrick, armed with sticks and batons.
Abantu bangi nga tuli mu kusaawa abasajja ba mukyala Mayanja oyo ne bajja ne batukola ki natandika okutugugumula wabadde omwami omu omutuuze nga waakuno ku kyalo era ye ne bamukuba ne bamuttira wa
Uganda Police Force Kampala Metropolitan spokesman Patrick Onyang confirmed the incident.
Since Mayanja had security guards at his farm and also has interest in this part of land, his security guard approached the youths, trying to refuse them from going ahead with what they were doing. In the process, they started fighting, and in that fight, one person lost his life. Also, Moses Lovega was seriously injured.
Residents expressed outrage over the violence, with the village chairperson Eseza Kalibala condemning the actions of the guards, accusing them of threatening locals and destroying crops.
Basirikale nalaba bulabi nga balina emmundu batambula mu kyalo batandise okuba abantu bye bakola sibitegeera n'endipootinga ku poliisi enaggalama bipise n'angamba abasirikale bazze kuuma ate basumulula ente ne ziva mu faamu y'amayanja ne zitujjojjobya emmere buli mmere yonna gye tulina abennammere.
The land in question is a center of dispute between the family of the late Mayanja, managed by Sophie Mayanja, and that of the late Taiban Isaac Muchibi, represented by Violet and Evelyn Nabatanzi.
Call Muchala Mayanja Sophia and the group to question them. Let them present their papers because we have ours. And we went further up to where they are calling us. They have taken us to they produced nothing. We produced our papers.
Violet Nabatanzi presented the documents supporting their ownership claim and appealed for government intervention. However, chances of getting any comment from Sophie Mayanja were futile, as her phone calls went unanswered.
The subscriber you have called does not answer. Please try again later. The number you have dialed cannot be reached at the moment. Please try again later.
Big think about the MTN Super. Wali yakapia musite wali yakapia. MTN kabo de super mustairo mpia. Then you kabo de smartphone nebi akabibiona. MTN kabo de super mustairo mpia. Then you kabo de smartphone nebi akabibiona.
Get the new Kabode Super smartphone and enjoy 16 GB free. Start with a deposit of only 45,000 Uganda shillings and pay the rest mpora in daily installments of less than 1K. You can also make weekly and monthly installments. Together, our vibes are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply. MTN. MTN is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
Are you a woman with a small-scale business with a dream of growing it to another level? The GROW Project is here to support you in realizing your dream.
The GROW Project is a government initiative implemented by the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development and Private Sector Foundation Uganda with support from the World Bank.
We support women-owned businesses across the country to gain hands-on and business management skills through training within your location, business financing through grants and affordable loans, and infrastructure in your areas of operation to enable you to increase your productivity.
If you have a business that makes sales of up to 800,000 Uganda shillings per month, the GROW Project has the tools and resources to help you succeed. For more information, contact your district or city GROW focal person or call our toll-free line on 0800 307 777 to learn more about how you can benefit from the GROW Project's services.
The GROW Project, empowering women economically, transforming communities.
Life in Uganda today comes with so many uncertainties.
Where will Madam get Kameza if I get an accident and can't work? If anything happens to me, what will Junior eat?
Kale Musa is still in the hospital. Guy is missing a lot of money here.
With a monthly payment of only 3,000 shillings off your Equity personal account for EquiLife Insurance, you will be entitled to 50,000 shillings hospital cash per night spent in a registered facility, up to 20 nights every year. and your family will receive 3 million shillings in case of your death. Visit your nearest equity agent to sign up today or call 0312 327 000 for assistance.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Techno and MTN. Together, our flash snap is unstoppable. Grab the Techno Camon 40 series and get free 9 GB of MTN data valid for 3 months. Don't wait. Get your Techno Camon 40 today at Techno stores and MTN outlets. MTN is regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. You're still watching UBC News Tonight. In our business stories, women's rights advocates, especially those involved in HIV prevention and research, are raising the alarm over recent funding cuts by USAID. They warn that the decision risks undermining hard-won progress in the fight against HIV and AIDS, particularly among young women. They expressed deep frustration over the severe impact these cuts are having on health service delivery, especially efforts to combat HIV and AIDS. Take a look.
The recent USAID funding cuts seem to have begun to frustrate critical health services, especially HIV/AIDS fight. Women rights advocates like Michelle Alum says even HIV prevention products, which had already been approved like pre-exposure prophylaxis and post-exposure prophylaxis, are not accessible to everyone nowadays. She says they are now primarily available only to pregnant and breastfeeding mothers.
We've been handling things to do with PrEP, things to do with PEP. We've been having new technologies like the lenacapavir.
She says many of these technologies were still in research trials when funding was abruptly cut.
When this executive funding cut came in, all these products were stopped, and we had most of them being done. Most of them were undergoing research in the country. We had a number of girls who were on trial for these products. We do not know what next for prevention research in Uganda, and even for the products that had been availed cannot be disseminated because they do not have authority to disseminate them, and because they have an expiry date, many of them are going to be destroyed, some of them are going to be taken back.
This has created a significant gap in prevention which could accelerate the spread of HIV. Professor Josephina Hichire, a gender studies scholar at Makerere University, warns that such cuts go beyond just budget issues. She says such cuts are like pulling the trigger on efforts to promote equity in health services.
Citizens must hold their countries accountable. In the case of Uganda, the whole arena of HIV financing, ARV manufacturing, government must take this mantle to take care of the citizens.
These women rights advocates and Women Pro Bono initiative highlight the need for intentional domestic financing of health systems, not as an afterthought, but as a central economic priority.
You cannot live with HIV without ARVs. You need your ARVs on a daily basis. And if you're not consistent, you develop what they call resistance, which means you must go on a higher line, a higher line, a higher line. So there must be continuity of supply of these drugs. If we don't have things like family planning that are available for women to use, we are going to have an explosion of births because women now can no longer control their fertility.
Because productive citizens, healthy citizens are inadvertently productive citizens.
Crispus Arinitwe, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Adinitwe. The Uganda Wildlife
We are trying to see
is
that
calling on the judiciary to step up efforts in protecting the country's wildlife. Speaking at a media workshop in Bara City, the Chief Warden of the Lake Mboro Conservation Area, Fred Kisame, urged judicial officers to enforce laws that support wildlife conservation. As you're about to watch.
we are trying to see that the communities benefit from wildlife management and conservation, because these wildlife areas, some of them are near communities and some
Uganda Wildlife Authority has established a Level 4 forensic laboratory at Queen Elizabeth National Park to enhance investigations and provide scientific evidence in wildlife-related cases. However, Chief Warden Chisame raised concern over community resistance to the electric fence project around Lake Mboro National Park, despite ongoing complaints about wildlife animals straying into farms and homes.
Government has put in place a number of measures to see that the communities benefit. If an animal, a wild animal comes to your land, instead of killing it, instead of spearing it, instead of poisoning it, please report the necessary authorities. Uganda Wildlife Authority, we are here to help. Get our contacts, communicate to us. We shall come as fast as possible to see that we can help you on that.
He called on the media to sensitize communities about the importance of conservation and the benefits of government wildlife programs.
And one of them is to fence some of the areas which are affected, so that we control and minimize the damages. However, the compensation scheme is only for those people who are affected by the wild animals.
And the communities. Located in Chirohora district, Lake Mboro National Park is known for its history of land disputes and evictions. UA says collaboration with the judiciary and local communities is essential for lasting wildlife protection. Home to zebras, elands, buffaloes, and over 300 bird species, the park continues to face threats from invasive species and human-wildlife conflicts. The two-day media workshop aimed at equipping journalists with skills to effectively report on wildlife crime and promote conservation partnerships.
Wildlife conflicts. So we have put this program to train media and converse with them, because they are part of us, to see how best we can deliver the stories concerning wildlife crime.
Brought to you by
That's all we had for you for now. Later on at 10 p.m. I'll be coming back with more news. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.